We back. 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 We back.
Yeah.
What's good, YouTube? What's good, everybody? It's the Gaming Underground podcast, where you get your gaming news, information, unbiased opinions from console gamers and
PC gamers.
this dude already. Oh man! All right, people. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start after that one. All right, this is your boy Flock, and we got a guest with us. But first, let me give the co-host in here. Start off with the man that recently bought a PS4 along with a pack of Depends. The only 29-year-old person I know that can't hold his bowels and his bladder. Game Fanatic 386. What's up, bro? What you got?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I finally joined the dark side. Got me a PS4 Black Friday. Got a few games on it. Bought some Depends because when you almost turn to 30, things change. Your body start growing hairs in weird places. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. Like T-Fly, he got to play with a bedpan next to him. You didn't even know that, but he does.
Okay. Pretty good. All right, moving along. Got our boy representing the Swamp Village, aka ATL, the Southern Tongue, Mercu81. What's good, bro? What's your opening statement, homie?
What's going on, guys? I'm super excited today to be a part of this podcast today.
What the fuck?
Man, I almost didn't think that was you. I didn't think you could talk that fast.
Me neither.
Oh my god! All right, we got a guest with us, man. He's originally from the city where prostitution is legal.
What?
Then he moved to the city where rats take selfies. So y'all know where I'm going with this. Ace of all trades, man. What you got for us, homie?
What's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me on the podcast. Been a minute. Been waiting to get on here for a minute now. But hey, I'm here, so let's get into it.
All right. So, of course, we're going to have this uploaded on SoundCloud. Y'all already know how to find that. The links to that will be in the description, as well as everybody's social stuff. Links to that will be in the description as well. If you're listening to it on SoundCloud, you already know what to do. You already know how to get on that. So, we'll start things off. Of course, PlayStation Experience. We'll start it off with that. It was pretty uneventful in my opinion, but since Ace, you are the guest, we'll let you have the floor and let you go first. What's your take on the PlayStation Experience?
Well, I didn't really get too much into the PlayStation Experience just because I was doing other things. I didn't really see much from it. But the only thing that I noticed from it so far, I still got to get some more info about it, was about Final Fantasy VII. Apparently, they changed the attack tactics on the game. They switched it up to now it's a real-time event, so it feels like you're actually pushing the game out. It's actually playing it. So other than that, that's really much else. So unless any of you guys got anything into it, because I really didn't get much into it.
You come on the show, just fuck shit up. It's like,
hey, I mean, y'all asked me a question. I kept it real. I'm not gonna go out there and say something I don't know nothing about. I'll let the experts talk. Go ahead, y'all.
No expert here. Oh, Merc, man, what was your thoughts on that? Because you want to put me up on it, and I tried to watch some of it, but it just was pretty uneventful to me.
Trash. That's what it was. It was straight
This thing
trash.
on fire tonight.
It was straight trash. The pacing of it was terrible. Like, they would show like one or two good games, like games that people want to see, and then like straight indies the rest of the show. I mean, like, they started off with Uncharted, which everybody wants to see more gameplay of that.
I know.
They showed Final Fantasy VII remake. A lot of people love Final Fantasy VII. And then, well, I said a lot of people. I mean, let me see. Then it was 30 minutes of straight indies. Like why would you
all over again?
Yeah, like it started out as at a high point, then like they brought it like all the way down to straight trash, and then like they showed Ratchet and Clank. I like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing Ratchet and Clank for the longest.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a good game.
Yeah, I love Ratchet and Clank. And then like more indies and the VR. They even mentioned the Vita. So I was like, Vita. I was like, what
Vita.
the fuck is a Vita? What is that?
People still play that?
That's cheese, ain't it, Velveeta?
but yeah, like I mean, it was a little bit of everywhere. But the only indie games that I did, like they said they're gonna bring Brawlhalla and what else?
Rocket League.
Yep. Rocket
No.
League's already on
Rocket
there.
League. Rocket League is for Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck
Stop
game.
doing stuff.
Later.
They're bringing Duck game too.
Who?
What is
So-
Duck Game?
What?
It's like a little game that I play with my son. I mean, it's pretty good.
What do you got to
Yeah.
duck before somebody see you or something?
Nah, it's like you playing as ducks and like you gotta like it's like you battle, like you gotta get a gun and like battle each other and try to kill each other. It's
Oh, I
like,
saw that
It
game
was like
before.
Angry Birds with guns.
I saw it
yeah,
before.
yeah, something like that.
I saw it before. I know what game you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, it was terrible.
All right, Tig, what's your thoughts on the PlayStation experience?
Man, I regretted buying a PlayStation after I saw that.
I was about to take a picture of me putting my PlayStation in the trash.
Oh,
Put that
my
shit on
I was
God.
about to take a picture of me giving it back to GameStop. Like, hey, you go.
They had a good 2015, but 2016 is doomed.
Yeah, I came home because I didn't even know it came on, and like I just saw people tweeting about it after I got home from work. So I was like, hold on, let me check this out. So I went and checked out the games, and all I saw were like indie titles for the most part. And look, I know there's a community of people that love indie games because there's always that community that has to be different from everybody else. So they only
Hipsters.
they only like the indie games.
Gaming hipsters.
But these indie games are games that I never liked as a kid, and they were all out like as a kid. Like these are games that either have 16-bit graphics, 8-bit graphics, and those kind of game styles of those games that I played in the past. So I don't want to play those games again. I don't want that nostalgia. You know, if I want to play a game to have nostalgia, I go back and buy a Nintendo or hook my Sega Genesis up and play those games. So I never really understood the whole indie craze and all that stuff. So I don't know. Those games are also like the games that you can get for the computer for like 5 cents or $5. You go to like certain stores, you might find it in a little bin, and those are indie games just like those games. So, but it's whatever. I didn't like that. But then I saw the Final Fantasy VII remake. So I always never cared much for Final Fantasy at all. Anyway, like
It looked good though.
Yeah, I'll be straight up and tell you, I never played. I played like one Final Fantasy, and that was on the Super Nintendo. And
I think the only one I really played was 8.
And I just thought the attacks looked cool on it, but I didn't like the whole. What kind of gameplay is this again? Turn-based.
Turn-based.
Yeah, I didn't like turn-based gameplay. I thought it was stupid even back then.
Yeah.
So I never really bought any of the ones that came out. And I didn't like 7 as well. I didn't understand why people like 7 and why they call that the greatest. It looks stupid every time I watch it, but people say they like the story and everything, whatever. So, but looking at this one, I thought that the first of all, the graphics were amazing. That was good. And it kind of looked like what I would have expected 7 to look like on a PlayStation back when I was like 12 years old. I remember actually hearing about it and seeing like the cinematics of it. And then like when it would get to the gameplay and when you're running around, all of a sudden you were a little person. Like I'm trying not to say midget, but you were pretty much a little person running around the stage. I'm like, how did you go from this tall, regular sized person to this little thing here? And then when they fight, they back to their regular size with its turn base. So now, when you're running around, you actually look just like I would have expected you to look back in the PS1 days.
There's no CG.
Yeah.
It's not just basically CG.
Yeah, and then you actually fight. It's action based. It's not turn based. So it actually looks cool. I'm still probably won't buy it because I like, if I'm using a big sword and I hit you with a big sword, I would expect blood to come out. You feel me?
Right,
Not
but
some
let me
sparks.
ask something though. Didn't they stop the turn base at some point during Final Fantasy? I don't know which one, but didn't they go to like just regular fighting?
I
Or
think
was it? I mean, I'm quite sure at some point they stopped it from the turn base.
they did. I think it was like Final Fantasy 13 or something.
God damn, 13.
It was one way back. I know that. Like a good few years ago, I think that's when they stopped it. 'Cause I remember them talking about it. I was like, oh, this ain't turn based? I think it was like E3 2013 I saw it, or 2012, and I was like, oh, whoa, it's not turn based anymore? That's what's up.
I mean, we was all watching that shit.
Yeah, so I'm glad they kind of get away from that. A lot of people were upset about that though. They were like, "Oh, if you're gonna do Final Fantasy VII remake, you gotta make a turn-based, just like what we loved. That's what we loved about the game." It was strategy. I will give them that. It was strategy and turn-based fighting because like you only could attack when it was that time to be attacked. So if there was a person in your group that you didn't want to die, you had to strategize to make sure that person would stay alive, but you still wouldn't lose the battle, or you wouldn't lose that other person. So it was a lot of strategy that went turn-based, games. But I just thought it was stupid. Like I just never liked the concept of I run up and slap at the person, and then I step back into the group, and then that person runs up and hits me, and then I gotta wait again. Like I hated that.
So let me ask you this.
Hold on, boy, I wasn't done yet.
No. Hold on. Let me ask you a question before I forget, because you turn into the Eastern tongue.
I am.
Before anybody misquote you, from what you seen with Final Fantasy VII remake, is it a remake? Is it a reskin? Is it a reboot? What do you classify that? Because people like to misquote us.
This is like more of a remake. It's not a reboot, because a reboot they would probably change the whole story a little bit. Like it'd be some tweaks in the story and everything. I think it's a remake because they changed they made the graphics look better. It's like they remade the whole game. So instead of a little person running around, it's actually a regular sized person. Instead of using turn based again, it's action based now. So I think it's more of a remake. I don't know how you guys feel on that.
I agree. My overall experience of the PlayStation experience is I experienced extreme boredom, pretty much. I think when I looked at it, and me and Merc was looking, well, he told me to just find it on Twitch because I didn't get to watch it live. And first of all, it was 3 hours. I wasn't watching that shit for 3 hours. I watched 30 minutes of it and I was bored to death. It was just like, okay, we're going to showcase this game. Then we're going to watch a bunch of 50-year-old bald guys talk about the game. Then they're going to show something else. Then you're going to see another old dude talk about the game. And then it just got real repetitive. Then it was Uncharted, yada, yada, yada.
Then you Ratchet and Clank. Like an eagle. Oh, that Ratchet and Clank was cool.
Okay, I didn't have a problem with Ratchet and Clank. I'm just saying that's what I saw. Uncharted, and it was like a blur. Then it was Ratchet and Clank. I fast forwarded. Saw the Final Fantasy. It looked cool. I don't think I'll buy it, but it looked cool. And the only Final Fantasy game that I've ever played was 8. And I mean, I liked it, but I just was never into that turn-based stuff. So it kind of turned me off.
Like,
for lack of a better word.
A lot of those indie titles were for the VR headset too, though. Like, and it was some dumb games. Yeah, no, not the Oculus Rift, the Morpheus. Oh. It was like some dumb games they were showing, like some little zombie taxi joint that looked like it was a crazy taxi ripoff, but the zombies get inside the car and you can run other zombies over. Like, I didn't understand what I was looking at, but it just looked weird. But I'm into the VR headset. I might buy it, but they got to show me something better than that. Oculus just looks like more something I would buy first, though, because Oculus can work with a lot of other games and better games, to be honest, from what I saw.
But with the virtual reality headsets and everything, the Oculus, you can really see yourself wearing like that big-ass headset, sitting on the couch and just playing it, or...
Playing that dude dead or alive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I don't know. Like, I feel like the Oculus Rift, like, I think it's a cool concept. I just feel like I don't think it would be better just like having it in a household. I feel like it'd be better in like more of an arcade setting, like having it all around, people being able to just sit there, walk around, do whatever they want to do in like the Oculus Rift, instead of being at your house, having a big ass headset on, just sitting there on the couch or something like that. I don't feel like this is as appealing as it could be.
I mean, people said the same thing about video games in general. Like, people couldn't picture a home console, and then when it happened, it was a big thing. Like, before, our video games were only at arcades. You only saw them at, your local food markets or, an arcade. And then they finally brought them home, and it blew up.
But you know what though? Like, I guess it's more based on experience. I can't really say much about it because it does look cool. I think the concept is cool, and as technology grows, I think it could be better. But until we actually sit down and actually play it ourselves and like experience it in our household, like you said, video games started in the arcade, now they're invading our household. So same thing could be with the Oculus Rift. But I don't know if I can, depending on the price point. I think that's really an important thing too. Like, we all adults here, but I don't think we can just throw out a whole bunch of money just for a headset and everything. I have to be intrigued by something to actually get it. If it doesn't show something of quality, then I'm not gonna really want to get the Oculus Rift or any type of VR headset.
Well, I saw how much it would cost. It's going to run about like $400 to $500, but you got to have all these system requirements. Mm-hmm. So if you got like an old computer, like me, I have to upgrade my processor in order to run it, because you got to have like a pretty good processor to run it properly. So it might end up costing me altogether like $700 to $800 just to, because I need the processor and motherboard and all that stuff. But I'm gonna do that regardless before it even come out. So I'm still only gonna end up spending $500.
Unless you plan on already doing it, I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you plan on already upgrading your system anyway, then I think okay, that's all for it. But if you got to do all that just to play it and there's not even much on it, I feel like that's too much money.
Yeah, you gotta have the right requirements to run it properly. So, but I was already gonna upgrade that stuff anyway. So.
Oh, okay, so that works hand in hand then.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just like the concept. Like, I don't think about I think about the wearing a helmet, but ever since VR was talked about back, I know I was cutting you off and I was doing it on purpose, Steve.
He was ready. He was ready to go for the next topic. He's like,
think about he said about wearing a helmet. The first thing I thought about was that movie, The Coneheads, man. No, not that one. No, what was that? What was that fucking movie?
Was it a horror movie?
Man.
Oh, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
Oh,
they had to put the helmets on.
Oh, that's sex.
when they was sitting. Shit like that.
That's the first thing I thought.
That was just on though, too. I was watching that, but anyway.
No, but not to stray off too far off topic though. But like when I was watching the stuff though, just like looking at that, and it was just a bunch of indie stuff. And don't get me wrong, indie games are cool, and plus, an indie game is probably one of my top 5 games of the year.
Oh,
so
I already know what it is.
So I mean, don't get it twisted. So that's it, man. Well, I mean, anybody else? Before we move on,
Easton Tone wasn't done talking yet, but
yeah, man, we talked enough about that shit.
I talk faster, but I talk longer though.
What y'all think about the Call of Duty tournament that they announced?
Huh?
Who cares?
It's like a esports for the PlayStation now on Call of Duty.
Oh man,
we ain't talking about the Shaq Fu joint, are we?
It's a $3 million jackpot. So
I mean, that's what's up. That just means all the tryhards about to be out, about to play it, and
that shit. I'll never win at it. I'll never even participate.
We ain't talking about the Shaq Fu thing, right?
Bro, yeah, that's I was gonna talk. Like, bruh.
Yeah, we was laughing at that.
Shaquille O'Neal. We got a channel.
They got
video games.
They got that.
We can move on and talk about that though. Let's move on and talk about the game awards.
Shaq Fu 2. Make sure you buy it.
Yo, they got an enemy that has scissor on his back, bro. He about to kill him with the lean.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we can't. I got on the stage. He blocked my shot. I go to the free throw line. I missed both shots.
He had scissor on his back. Black people ain't said that since 2000, but he got scissor on his back.
I got $1
Cool.
But yo, Game Awards though. Real talk. Game Awards. Tig.
What up?
Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, game of the year, boy. Hey, I was.
It really wasn't a surprise though.
I would have caused a ride if they'd have lost.
It would have been a surprise if it didn't win.
Bro, they were throwing surprises all over.
But hold on. And I want Merc, I want you to take this one. One of the surprises were the one that award for best narrative.
Yeah.
A game called Her Story. I never even heard of that shit.
Go look at it. It's stupid.
That shit looked bunk because I looked it up after the fact. It looked whack to me. I mean, maybe I'm just not into that. It just did not look right. I'd rather play like LA Noire stuff like that. I like them type of games. That shit there was kind of booty.
Like I thought that PlayStation game should have won. What's that game that came out with the kids that go inside the snowy woods and they get attacked by some wendigos? What's that game called? I thought that should have won. It was a not tournament. It was one of those point and click games that came out recently on the PlayStation.
I don't know.
It was one of the nominees. I forgot what it was called.
You know what? I think I know what you're talking about now. It just popped in my head, but I can't think of the damn name. Fuck it.
But yeah, I thought that should have won. Whatever that game is, y'all know
It's
what
gonna
it
pop
is.
up to me like 10 minutes from now. Watch.
It's
I'm just gonna
pop up
blurt it out.
after the show was
Yeah,
over, probably.
after the fact, I'm gonna blur it out. All right. So, Merc, what was your thoughts of that Far Cry Primal?
I don't know. I can't even describe it. Like, I don't think I would enjoy that. I mean,
That shit was like stick poking simulator to me.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
the
Like,
fuck
you
was
just
that?
running around with a staff. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather stick with the gun. With the gun.
I mean, you
shooting
can't
and
fault
stuff.
them for trying, but I mean, somebody had to say, "I don't think this is gonna work." But I mean, they took a risk, so you can't be mad at them for trying something different.
Yeah,
That
I
just
mean,
was like
they
Ice
tried
Age the
them.
game. Like all they should have had is like Sid walk out there and everything, man. I just don't like the look of it. Just like y'all, like I'm not trying to poke people with sticks and staffs and spears all day, bro, and bow and
Yeah.
arrows.
It
Yeah.
definitely.
Ace, what you think about that game? Because we was watching this shit.
Yeah, like I don't know, like you said, like they definitely were trying something new, but I just think they should just hang it up when it comes to the Far Cry series. Like you should have just ended it before, because the way it's looking from the game itself, you got a spear, you get to control certain animals within the area you are. And other than that, that's really it. Like, it doesn't really seem much to it. You're taking what Far Cry was about the games and everything and just putting them back in prehistoric times when men was just coming up. And that's it. That's really it. And you're just going around and helping your tribe. But, you know, I'm not going to sit there and lie and say I would not be interested to try it, just to try it out. But just from what I saw from it, it doesn't seem like it'd be so exciting compared to the previous Fallout games.
Yeah, we all
Or,
gotta
excuse
remember,
me,
guys.
Far Cry games, sorry.
Yeah, we all gotta remember. We all have to give it a try first before we really say it's
Yeah.
gonna be garbage.
Yeah, we're not gonna be like some people and just start going off about a game that we never played and saying how trash it is and stuff like that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't
wish they
do
would've
that.
stopped at. I wish they would have stopped at Far Cry 3, because Far Cry 3 was like the best one to me with the villain and stuff. With Boss, like Boss
Yeah.
made you want to fight.
Yeah, Boss
Yeah,
was
he
that
did.
dude.
He definitely did make you want to fight. It was a good game. I know I didn't have a problem with 4
That shit
either.
freaked me out.
4 was cool. Like, I thought it was funny, like how you can, like, there's different ways you actually can beat the game. I'm not gonna spoil it for nobody, even though the game has been out for a long
We
time.
already heard about it. I think I brought it up before, but don't
Did you?
say it.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
so I
say
can
it though.
say it?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. 'Cause
All
some people
right.
probably haven't played it yet, and don't know. I haven't
Be
played it yet, but
surprised how
someone
many people
wrote it.
get mad over like a 3-year-old game. You tell what
But
happened.
they definitely, at the end of the day, I think they should have definitely just, ended the game at 4 and just left it be. But they wanted to try something different, and you know what? A lot of people, a lot of huge fans, are probably gonna buy it just cause on that point, just because it's, it's Far Cry. So, if it's 4, then Primal's got to be good. It's probably gonna be better since it's the latest one. But a lot of the veterans that played it before are probably gonna be like, I don't know, maybe give it a try later on. But I guess we'll see.
It's probably gonna have a good story, just as long as they're not talking like cavemen and actually using English or whatever language you buy it for. Then yeah, it's probably gonna have a good story. I don't want to hear
What the fuck was that?
that's the talking, bro. Like I don't want to hear that.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
but-
language
Bro,
was
you did
that?
that throw too well though.
I know. You try to talk trash? You try to talk trash, son? I will hit the uncall button on you, bro.
Hey, bro, I ain't got no problem with nobody, bro. I'm chilling. It's all good.
All right. Another game that was on there. And I'm only gonna go over the ones that kind of like, hit a chord. A lot of this shit was kind of whack, but this Batman Telltale game is supposed to be coming out next year.
Dog, Telltale is getting annoying. That's all my
Ace.
I'm not mad about them for that, actually, with Batman. Because Telltale's is, like, a lot of the point-and-click games are not that bad from them. They have great stories. Like, the Walking Dead one was pretty good.
I tried that on Xbox. It was free. I downloaded it.
It was dope.
One.
I got
It was
into the
cool.
story.
Yeah,
Like, if
it was
you're-
cool.
Yeah, it was cool, especially...
I'd rather watch somebody play that than actually play it.
Yeah, that is a game that you can...
I think me and Tick was talking about that too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a game. If you want to sit there and just watch somebody play it just to see the story and see what they choose.
Yeah,
I
just
think
see
it's
how
one
it
of
play
those
out.
games.
Right.
But-
I'd rather watch somebody do something and see how it plays out instead of doing it and have to go through that shit myself. Cause I get like annoyed. Like,
Until Dawn.
I mean,
I
tell
thought of the name. Until Dawn. That's the game I was talking about, y'all.
wow. But
y'all
no,
thought it was gonna be me.
right, but seriously though, Telltale's is definitely they just did this thing with Minecraft when they turned into a story, and now they got Batman to it, and I also believe that they're coming out with another Walking Dead series, but they're giving it to Michonne. So they're really trying to push the weight around with all these stories, and they trying to let people know like, hey, we mean business. And you know what? I'm not mad with them, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how this Batman is gonna be. Like they just teased it, but I definitely think it could be something good. So I can't wait to play it. I'm definitely gonna try it out.
You can't wait to watch it, motherfucker. Yeah, you ain't playing nothing. You're watching it.
I mean, true. I mean, but I do like it that you can go through the experiences and be able to like what you do early on can affect you later on during the story. And just like how The Walking Dead, when the first episode, the first season, whatever you did, the choices and everything followed you to the second season when it came back out. Limit time. I like that.
Nah.
I actually like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
See, what I hated about that game was a lot of stuff was going to happen regardless. Like, it was always somebody was going to die in this one scene. There was really no way you could save it. That's what I didn't like about those, whatever that game was called. I forgot what
Walking
it's
Dead.
called.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, the Walking Dead games, dog. Like, I didn't like that because, like, you look at a game like Until Dawn, the one that I was talking about when I thought should have won the narrative. Like, that is the way it's done correctly. When you make a decision in that game, it actually has an outcome. Like, you can have so many different outcomes at the end of that game. Like,
So
these
it's
people
basically
can
cause and
survive.
effect everything.
Yeah, like they actually have that in the game. It's like they call it the butterfly effect. So whenever you make the wrong choice, it really does affect the game. Like you can have one person survive, you can have everybody survive at the end. You can have either one or two people missing at the end, and it always changes the story. Like it's crazy. And like I was saying, I was like, yo, if Walking Dead won Game of the Year, why couldn't this game win Game of the Year this year? They went against The Witcher 3. That was the issue. But like
Nobody was gonna beat The Witcher 3 this year.
they should.
Shit, apparently her story did. Not once, but
Oh
twice.
yeah, with the narrative.
Yeah,
The
but
best
the
narrative
narrative
was-
shit. But
They won the
that-
best narrative, and they also won the best performance
that's some.
They should.
over, and they won best performance over it. But I guess what, I'm trying to figure out why they won that. Maybe the way they were thinking of it was different. Like they're not
Bruh.
saying the narrative itself, but I don't know. I was
Bruh.
actually shocked. I thought that The
Splatoon
Witcher
won best
I only
multiplayer
played,
game.
yeah,
bro,
I only
so
played.
don't
I only
care
played about
nothing
4
else.
hours of The Witcher 3, and I knew why that game was highly regarded as it was.
Like I could care less about any of those idiotic people that won things on that show. Because when they said Splatoon won multiplayer of the year, I
That's
was
a
like,
fun game
yep.
though too. I'm not.
I
gonna
don't
front.
care.
But
Yeah,
Halo
that's
is
the
fun.
game I played.
Call of Duty is fun.
Have you
No, but it had a huge following. Like I played it and I tried
Platoon
it,
is fun,
and I can
man.
see why a lot of
This dude is
kids,
calling me.
especially love it, and even adults like that shit. Like, and if that's what you liked, it is what it is. But that game had a huge following. Like you had grown ass men talk about, yo,
Yeah, like
dude,
these
man, you
dudes
playing
right
on
here.
Splatoon, and this game won multiplayer
Yeah, I
of
like
the
to
year
run with paint.
without the thing. It won multiplayer of the year without even having voice chat. That's what's
That's
crazy
why
to
it's
me.
stupid.
That's the
why
only
it's
thing. Like,
stupid
I'm not
right
gonna
there.
doubt the fact that people weren't having a good time, but it won without voice chat. Like, that's crazy. But hey, it is what it is.
Hey guys, I got red paint. Like it's all like, come on, son. Like, yo, Halo.
Try it.
Halo 5. I don't gotta try it. You can look at it. I'll watch gameplay. I don't have to try it. I'm pretty sure I can have fun playing the game. I'm very sure. I'm low. Who's low? Oh, Mercury's low. I'm pretty sure I can have fun playing the game. But like, I just don't think I would have the same amount of fun as I would if I was playing Halo 5 or Call of Duty. Like, I had a ball with
Okay.
Call of Duty. To be honest, I think Call of Duty should have probably won that one. And I wouldn't even been mad. Normally I get mad when Call of Duty won, like, best shooter, because it always did. And then I'm like, come on, yo, like, why? But this time I would actually agree. Like, I think Call of Duty or either Halo 5 should have won that sucker. So that's why I think they're crazy.
X.
Yeah, the best narrative. Shut your little head.
X.
You know what? People say I haven't talked much in this podcast, so I'm gonna talk now.
No, it ain't about you talking. It's about what you saying.
What I say? I said something sound homo.
No,
Oh, bro, he's just about to
Call of Duty.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Call of Duty is still Call of Duty, bro. Regardless if the game is a
Can't
little
hate
bit
on the
better
game
than
if
the
it
last
actually.
two.
If it
The
actually
game is better
fun.
than the last two, okay, but it's not multiplayer of the year.
Well,
Yeah.
Splatoon definitely should not have been multiplayer of the year. You can't even voice chat in the game, and it's for kids, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
you
should feel
can.
weird
You
for
can.
playing the
I-
game.
I-
Unless
I-
Merc,
I
you played it
played
because
that
you got
game.
kids.
Yeah, my son plays with his friend all the
Okay,
time in
okay.
the game.
Yeah,
Nah,
they love it. So I mean, if that's what it is, and that's what a lot of people liked about the game, it is what it is, man. I mean, you really gonna let a video game award show dictate if you like a game or not?
Well,
Ain't
I
you?
already I tweeted before that I said, look, I'm gonna watch this joint, and I don't care about what people say is better or not on here. I got my own opinion about games, so that's why
We got our own shit
Express
coming
it
up
right
at the
now.
end of the year anyway. So probably the next one after this, so we gonna be doing our end of the year shit,
Damn,
and that's
so-
gonna be some real shit.
And
So-
her story ain't gonna win no
Y'all,
narratives.
you got that right. That bullshit ain't gonna get no mention. I'm just
Have
telling
you-
you that now.
Have you seen,
Spoiler alert:
have
her
you seen
story
that
will
game,
not
Ace?
be involved in any outcome of anything we do,
Have
and
you
that's
s-
probably be our best shit too.
Have you ever seen a game before, Ace?
What?
I
her
I watched
story?
some YouTubers that I watched play it, and I had to stop watching that series. It was so boring. Like, it consists of you. I guess you're supposed to be like someone who's looking at interrogation tapes about this girl and what happened to her. So you sit there and watch a live action video of this girl talking to the police about something that went down, and you pretty much are analyzing it.
This game.
See, I never seen it or heard about it. I was watching it live with
It looked
everybody
like a
else,
Sega CD
and
game, bro.
I was curious, and I talked about it on Twitter, and some people were like, no, there's no point in even looking into the game, like it's trash or whatever. But I mean, I never heard of it, so I was actually quite surprised. I definitely said that was one of the biggest surprise, other than like a couple other things in the VGAs. But I mean, it is what it is, man.
Until
Ain't no
Dawn
much
Shall
else to
One.
say about it. Don't even give it more attention than it needs.
Until
I
Dawn
rather mop the floor at a peep show than play that bullshit.
2K16's
Anyway.
narrative was better than her story. I
Yeah,
almost
it was.
cried, man.
I ain't gonna say all
R.I.P.
that. but-
Basquiat.
I ain't gonna say all that, but it definitely was deep.
All right, man. Let's move on, man. Let's move
All
on. Lego Avengers. That was one of the games. That shit actually looked interesting, man. That's some shit I'll probably get.
I ain't gonna front. They got some
Lego
cool
Avengers
themes.
is pretty fun.
They got
I'll-
some
I'll
cool
probably-
themes.
That's
So
what
I
I
can't.
mean,
I
that was
can't be
pretty
mad about
decent.
it.
That was pretty decent. They showed Shadow Complex remastered.
Yep, you can
That's,
download it for free right now too.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be on PC. So,
Yep, they got it on PC.
did you ever play the other one, the original tech,
What?
Shadow
Shadow.
Complex?
Nah, I didn't.
All right, you might want to check that out. That shit don't look bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I had was it on Xbox Live or something?
yeah. It originated from the Xbox Live Store.
Yeah, I think I played that then before.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Let's talk about this kind of bad in a sense. This Game Awards. I mean, it's almost as bad as the dude that was hosting it. It was
that
like
dude was on
y'all was
something,
like,
bro.
yeah, he can't hold the mic up. I'm like, he couldn't hold himself up.
Oh, like he was either shaking and trembling the entire time, or he was sitting on
He-
some speakers or
He
something. Like
he
it
was
looked
off
like
that
he.
powder, yo.
You talking
Bro,
about
he-
Kevin?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
he did
he-
something
like, he
good
was
at
like-
the end, though, bro.
Nah, bro. He was looking like he was on that sugar booger, that white girl, or something,
He was off that powder, yo.
white magic or something.
He was hitting that blue magic. All right,
This dude
let's
talking
talk about
strip club out here.
Kojima. He got held hostage, yo, and wasn't
Hashtag
allowed to
find
accept.
Kojima. Make sure
Yeah,
this
he
man
wasn't
is
allowed
alive.
to accept the award, yo. So, what's your take on that, Merc?
On which one? Well, the Kojima thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fucked up.
Oh, that's fucked up. Konami, you get no respect from me. I swear to God. The way that they treated this man has put your
Built up.
games on the map. Like I don't see how they could treat this man like this. Like at least let the man get the award for the game that he put his sweat and tears into, man.
They ain't let the man finish it.
I know, like that. I don't know. It's just some kind of disrespect. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he slept with the man's wife that's ahead of that shit or what. But they treating that man like dirt.
That's bad. What you think about that too?
Man, same thing, man. Konami just made my shit list. It was Ubisoft for a while, but now it's definitely
Yeah.
Konami. They are at the top of my list, and they are my attention. It was crazy. they had lawyers stop that man from going to the show. I guess if he'd have gone to the show, he'd have gotten sued. So he had to stay home, and this is why I had to give Kevin his
watch the
props.
shit on TV.
Right. That's why I had to give Kevin props, because like he literally came out there and told the crowd like Konami's lawyers were the reason he couldn't come out there. Because I'm sure he was probably shaking because he didn't want to say that.
Well,
but
at
he
that
went
point
hard
in
and
time,
actually said it.
You can tell he was hurt because I'm pretty sure they're friends. So like when he was like damn, he's not gonna be here. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it real. Like you saw him like keep it real. Like you said, he said something about Konami. Like his lawyers told him that he couldn't be there because on their contract. It was crazy. It's a shame.
So I'll give him props for actually coming out and saying that. And then after that, man, like Twitter just went nuts. I joined in. Everybody was hitting Konami up, telling them to
we was
support
all kind of perturbed about that, man. And they definitely on the top of my fuck you list right now.
The
That was the biggest shock to me in the video game awards that this year actually. Like not even about a video game, about a man not being able to
Yeah, I mean, right. You don't want to act like I know the man and I feel about you just right is right and wrong is wrong, and how they did that dude was wrong. And that's just disrespectful how they did it.
Right. And the thing is, like, they're not even going to make video games no more. Like, they may make a Castlevania, that's it. But here's the problem. The president that they have in there now, he literally came out like a few months ago and announced that he's their new president. He has no idea. Like, he don't play video games. He don't know anything about video games. He don't care about video games. He just knows how to make money. So he decided that they are no longer going to even focus on AAA titles and video games. They're going to focus on pachinko machines over in Japan with Konami game character logos on it and stuff like that. And that's all they're going to focus on for now on. So apparently he don't really know how to make money, because I don't see how pachinko. Well, I guess it'll make money over there, but
I'm about to say, Japs, man, they into everything.
Right. But worldwide, it would probably make more money off of like AAA games. But Yo said, nah, we just gonna focus on that. So they doing dirty shit from the start. So Konami's pretty much dead. No one else is gonna support them video game wise. They might as well just do those pachinko machines, because like I don't see any way they're gonna get out of this. Like I don't see it.
All right. So the last thing about the Game Awards, I mean, they did something real nice for Mr. Iwata. They did a tribute. I thought that was pretty cool of them to do that. Because, sometimes, like, when somebody passed away, a couple months later, everybody kind of forget about it. They did a nice little tribute to him. That was pretty cool.
Like I said in my tweet, I didn't really care. I mean, like I said it sucks that he died. But, like, I'm not going to sit here in front like I knew the guy, and I'm not going to get all, like, teary-eyed.
Right.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. You being
But,
honest.
I mean, it's still, just the fact that they showed the respect to do that,
Yeah, out of respect.
I just thought that was pretty cool that they did that.
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely.
So I was like, my condolences to his family, but I'm not going to say in front like everybody else. Like, he was such a good man. Because I don't know who he was. He probably... No, I'm not going to say that. Just go.
Stop it.
I did. I stopped.
Stop it.
I stopped. I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'll stop.
All right. Nothing else regarding the Game Awards.
Shaq Fu 2?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shaq Fu.
Bro, Shaq Fu 2? You don't want to get killed by that scissor? Nah?
Yeah, and they really did have that thing on that said scissor. Like, and then you know what the worst part about that was? Is the fact that they got a Kickstarter for that shit.
Bruh.
Now, the last Kickstarter we saw that we gave a fuck about was what, Tick?
Shenmue.
Say it again.
Figure it out.
Say it again.
Shenmue 3.
Shenmue motherfucking 3. That's the only Kickstarter we cared about. Only one. Oh, before we switch, did they not show something about Quantum Break?
They just showed another trailer about it, really, but
Yo,
it wasn't.
I want
it wasn't
that
nothing.
game.
I'm getting it, but it didn't look anything special. The first trailer was better. I'm just waiting to play it. That's
So is
it.
he Iceman now? Like, did they change the character, the lead character? Because I see
Oh,
it
that
was
was
the Iceman
always
guy.
him. What?
That was
Yeah,
our-
was?
No, not at first.
No,
At
it wasn't
first,
at
it was
first.
a different guy, but then they changed it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't think he
Wasn't
was
at
ever the
first.
character at first. Because I wasn't knowing his face, and I'm like, yo, that's the Iceman guy.
So they
Yeah,
changed
at first it was it was like
Generic.
a dark haired guy.
Yeah.
Then they changed it to the guy that was on X-Men.
So that's why I got delayed,
I
because
just
they
learned
wanted to
something
change the
new.
character
I thought
model.
it was always him. But I've only seen like a handful of like little snippets of the game. When is that game gonna come out?
Probably soon now. That's why
I
they
think it's
delayed
there
it.
early next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know
I
it got
want that
pushed
game,
back
though.
at first.
I'm not
I
gonna
definitely,
lie.
I definitely am gonna get the game.
Merc, I know you gonna get it. I want that game.
Yep.
I don't got an Xbox though. Can they come out with it on the PC?
Hey man, the way everything's going with Xbox games, you never know. But right now, it is an Xbox exclusive, and that's one exclusive I definitely want. But
And I've
All
turned
right.
into an Xbox fan, man. Like I haven't even touched my PlayStation barely. Like
Bruh.
the only time I turn it
Let's
on
segue
is just
into
You're not
It's just
turning
a
into
play-
one of them delusional Xbox fans, though. Are you?
Oh no. You know
Okay.
I play
part
on
of that
whatever.
community now, bro. What's up?
Okay.
Whatever
Just
game
making sure.
is popping right now, that's what I'm gonna be on it. PlayStation ain't had nothing popping for a while.
Oh yeah, they do. They got something that you ain't play that I played.
What?
All y'all ain't played yet. Uncharted
What?
beta, because that joint is
See,
fire.
look, you ugly.
Segue. All right, Uncharted 4 beta is out. It's gonna be available until like what is the 13th?
Next week.
14.
The
Yeah.
13th, I believe, is the last day. 13th, maybe the 14th. Who cares? Yeah. So none of us has actually played. I know Ace just started messing around with it. Tick, you got it right.
I played it. Yep.
So for those who want to know how to get the beta, how do they get the beta?
You gotta have the Nathan Drake Uncharted collection, and you just have to have some kind of a save going. So pretty much all I did was I just went on the first game and started it, and then it saved, and then I just backed out and went and downloaded it. So that's all you gotta do.
Man,
Okay.
you need to help a brother out with that, then, man.
See, now there's ways you can get your homies to play it, but it's a lot of hurdles you gotta jump through. This dude H keeps saying it take 5 minutes, but he a damn liar. 'Cause it said
Bruh,
it take
it's-
15,
It's a
20
huge
minutes.
workaround to do it, and
If you do it,
we
it
not
doesn't
gonna
take that
discuss
long.
we not gonna discuss that here on how
Yeah,
some people
yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
'cause
That's
they'll
this is
stop
not
it.
the platform for that.
Nope.
I'm not getting in that water.
Nope,
So-
I'm making no videos about that either.
So
Nope,
what's
not
your
at all.
what's your take on the actual beta? Too? Is it fun? Is it cool? Is it boring?
Well, it's funny you say that. I just uploaded a video on that yesterday.
All
But it is it's pretty fun. Like this is the first one I've ever played. And I said that in my impression video. That's the first one I've only played that one, never played any of the other Uncharted's. So I couldn't really like compare and contrast them. Just off of stuff that I heard people complain about or say was new. Like that's the only thing I could bring up. But other than that, I was having fun with it. Like I enjoy it.
All right,
like
I
it better
know
than
I don't
Gears.
have it. Merc
Yep.
don't have it. Ace just started playing it. Me personally, I only played Uncharted 2. I own Uncharted 3 on the PS3, but I have yet to ever open that game and play it. I'm serious. I've never played. I'm just not a huge Uncharted fan. I don't know why. I'm just Merc ready to fight me. But it just never appealed to me to like that game that once it comes out I got to get it and play it. It's just never been that way for me with Uncharted. I don't hate the game. I didn't like the multiplayer on Uncharted 2. I'm just being honest. I didn't like it.
It's cool.
I didn't like the
fam.
multiplayer on Uncharted 2. It was
Everybody
just
got their own
stiff.
opinion, bro.
I feel like I
Yeah,
feel,
it was
I
stiff.
feel like didn't they say Uncharted 2 was like the best Uncharted like
Yeah.
multiplayer?
Yes, it
'Cause
was.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I never played it, but I might actually get the collection.
I
so
may
can
get
play
this.
it.
I mean,
don't
this
know.
new one,
You can't play
I'm
the
probably
multiplayer.
gonna get.
Nah,
it.
you can't play multiplayer on it.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
and is it taken away from the experience if there's no point in me playing it? Just like how
Just playing
Halo
it for the
was.
story
Like,
mode, man.
So
yeah,
whoa. So Uncharted 4 is not gonna have multiplayer on it.
No,
No,
the
it's-
Drake
it is.
Oh, you
collection.
talking about the Nathan Drake one?
Yeah, the Nathan
the
Drake
collection.
That's
That's
the one
why I
that
didn't
don't
buy
have-
it because it didn't have
I'm
multiplayer.
right. That's why I said, what's the point in buying that shit if I'm gonna play the story and then be done with it?
I
But
just
I
bought
mean,
the PS4, and I never played any of the Uncharted. So I honestly, like I said in my video, I only literally wanted to play the Uncharted for the story.
Look, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm gonna get Uncharted 4. I get it. I tried, and mainly gonna be playing multiplayer with these fools. So we can keep it moving, man. Uncharted 4. We don't need to talk too much more about that. The game ain't even out. It's just a beta. Tick said it's fun. A few other people said it's fun. Ace ain't really got too much into it yet.
nah,
We'll yada yada. Who cares? PlayStation 1 Black Friday. Anybody care?
Yep, because I helped. Hooray for me! Yay!
Tick just recently bought a PS4
I
Black
did.
Yeah.
I
Friday.
bought another. I bought another
I
Xbox.
kind of like walked them into that one. So,
I don't
So,
really care.
Tick, how are you enjoying your PS4 so far?
Graphics are shitty. The frame rate shitty, but I'm having fun with the games though.
The graphics are shitty. Wait, for what?
Sony
Compared to the
Pony.
PC.
Talk, talk about Tick.
Have
When
you
is
ever
that?
been on Infamous Second Son, man?
Are you serious? Infamous Second Son probably
was
one
like
of the best looking
yeah,
games.
that's-
Like,
Yeah,
one of the
but
shit.
on a
On the PlayStation
console,
4.
but not compared to a PC game. Like,
Oh my god.
It
Did
doesn't
you do
stand
you have
out.
the order? Do you have the order 1885?
no, I am not buying. I'm not wasting my money on that game.
Okay, I mean that's
That
fine.
shit was $10 on PSN. I still
Yeah,
didn't
you-
got it.
Like
can get
some people are
game
into it or
flags.
not, but I get it coming from a PC going to the PlayStation 4. But for you to say the infamous Second Son looks garbage, like it's crazy. Like that's probably
You
one of the best
bugging,
Bro,
looking
the
games,
first thing,
like on the game itself.
bugging.
Like you're bugging on that.
the
Like,
first
that
thing,
looks great.
how am I bugging? I'm used to seeing greatness, and now I'm going to decentness. Like,
Okay, everybody, this is the
yeah,
first.
you're going here. Now
Y'all
it's
put in the
PC
comment
console
section
war
who
time. Here
bugging
it
this
goes.
episode right
Yeah.
now. Who
It's
bugging the
PC
most right now?
PC console war
Everyone's like,
time.
Tick
So
bugging.
first thing I
Hashtag
noticed,
Tick is bugging.
the first thing I noticed when I turned Infamous on, right, and I was in my Skype call with my homeboys. I was like, okay, I could see that the textures are a little muddy looking because like the rocks and things they didn't have any kind of really much detail to them. Then when you run into the water, like sometimes the water wouldn't even splash, and then like you didn't have any wet textures on the
What's
person.
okay, so
And then I
Tick
saw
is a
jagged
fucking texture
lines
Nazi
all
right
over the
now,
place.
man.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
jagged
yeah.
lines
Look,
all over the place.
Man.
Look,
And then we're
like,
not even going to mention the frame dips. Like it'd be a 41 second, then you turn
Now, I'll
around,
give
it
you-
drops down to
I'll
20
give you the
frames per
frame rate.
second.
I
I've been trying to
definitely,
lock it at 30, but it won't even allow me to save it
Yeah.
as that. I don't understand that part.
yeah, I get you on that. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that the things you're saying are wrong.
Yes, it's
That-
not-
but for you to say that the game looks trash because of it, because it just
Who
seems
said
like
it looked trash? I
Alright.
just said it just graphically wasn't as great as I expected it to be.
well,
Like
'cause-
the cutscenes look good because the cutscenes, I know how they do the development for console games. So the cutscenes they run them at a way higher res and higher textures. So the cutscenes look good. When I see the cutscene, I'm like, okay, now I can see the graphics. But when it gets down to the gameplay, it definitely they cut a little corners there.
mean,
Shadow
and
effects weren't even that great.
even I mean, to each his own. Like, you have your own opinion, everything like that, and I can understand you coming from a PC perspective, going down to the PS4. Like, you expected the game to look a little bit better, but
Like-
the game is definitely one of the best looking games for the PlayStation 4.
Oh,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
no
Yeah, I
knocking
definitely think it looks great because a lot of things that you're saying for is like the textures, like the splash is not looking right. I feel like you have more like critiques for the game and stuff, how it looks graphically, but it still is a good looking game. You gotta admit that.
I never said it wasn't. See, this is what happened with console games. Like you guys take things out of you hear things wrong because I just said that the graphics were garbage. Did I say garbage? I don't know what I said.
Yes,
But I said
you
the
did.
graphics
Yeah,
were
yeah,
like.
that's why I was saying. Like,
Kinda
you did say the
insinuated
game
it
was
was
garbage.
garbage.
Well, I did. I was comparing it to PC. That was my fault.
Okay,
'Cause
that's
compared to
that's-
PC is garbage. You know, you gotta look at it like, hey, look, I'm from the PC for the most part now. I've been on the PC, and those graphical settings compared to if Infamous was on the PC, I'm sure that'd have been like the probably medium to high settings
I mean,
on
that
the
could
PC.
be.
So that's why
that
to
could
me
be,
it looks garbage. But if I would have finished, I would have said, yeah, it's probably one of the best looking games on the PS4. But you know, from a perspective from me comparing it from a PC and from what I'm normally used to seeing, is not great.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. But I was gonna say you can
Fair
say
enough.
you can say that from any game. That's definitely fair enough. You can say any game on a console. If it was on PC, it can look better. Of course. I mean, all games are developed on a PC and then ported over to the console. But it
look,
is what it is.
there was one key thing I said though. If you go back and listen to it when we upload the show, after I said all that, I said, but I'm having fun with the game.
That's all
which
that matters.
is all that matters.
You're
Did
right.
you get
That
the
was the
DLC?
last thing I literally said. Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
did
the DLC.
you at the first light?
No, I didn't get
Right.
the DLC yet.
Yeah, you need to get First Light. First
Yeah,
I
Light.
get
had
First
that
Light
shit
is
when it
fun.
was free and never played it.
Yeah,
I
nah.
swear I don't.
Yeah, First Light was
I
dope.
think Ace was the first person that told me it was fun.
Yeah,
I just
it was
never-
fun.
Yeah, it got a pretty good story. It goes into
Hey,
depth about
hey,
old girl.
hey.
I'm not ruining anything. I'm
He
just
ain't
saying
ruining
it's
nothing,
going
man.
into the story.
Hey.
Yeah, it's telling you like what happened to her.
She was on crack. She already told us.
Nah,
Hell,
you'll-
Yeah, but it's
you'll
actually
get deeper
showing you the
into it.
story.
Yeah, you get deeper into it, but it is what it is. And we can keep going.
All right. Well, speaking of keep going, let's keep going with this. What you call it? Ramadama Tecmo. They refusing to release Dead or Alive Extreme 3 due to gaming feminists in the U.S. They're not happy about this. Tick, you broke this story to me, so you let us know more about what's going on with that.
All right, so Tecmo decided they were going to come out with Extreme Volleyball 3 or 4, whichever one it is, and it was people found out that it wasn't coming to the States or the UK or anything like that, and everybody was upset. They were wondering like, why is that going on? And Tecmo kept it on the wraps, and then finally, like a few days later, they came out and said, okay, look, the reason we're not bringing it to the States and the UK and all those countries is because of feminism. The feminists are attacking us for our game, showing women in bikinis and their breasts bouncing and stuff like that, and we don't want to deal with all that pressure because not only we're getting attacked by the feminists, we're also getting attacked by the people who white knight the feminists and everything, and we just don't want to deal with that. So we're only going to bring it out in Asia, because in Asia this is not anything that is looked down towards. And the reason I told you to bring it up, because things like this has been going on for like the last few months. The feminists have been attacking a lot of developers, making them change things. Like, for instance, if you take a look at Street Fighter V.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Armika.
Yep,
yeah.
Armika and
Chun-Li.
Cammy have been, their interests have been changed.
It was Cammy because of like the little under joint.
Yeah, so they're
saying cookies was, exposed.
Yeah, and like Armika, you don't even see her smack her butt anymore in the beginning scene.
Yeah, they pan it. They
changed.
like kind of pan the camera towards her upper body when she does it.
And they changed it too for like Chun-Li. Like a lot of people, when like the beta first came out and people saw it, like there was actually people that were upset because I guess like the game made it so each woman has like breast mechanics or whatever, and like because they were too bouncy, they got upset about that. And you know what?
That's crazy.
It's
because
crazy.
If they do it, they complain. If they don't do it, people complain.
Like,
it don't look real, and then it looks too real.
You put too much clothes on that female. Why don't you let her show her beauty?
It's crazy.
Now you took too many clothes off of her.
You can finish, Ace. My bad.
And no, you're good. I was gonna say, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I can understand like a lot of people, like women or girl gamers, whoever it may be, like having a problem with it. I think
girl gamers don't care.
I think they have every right to state how they feel about the game. If it makes them feel a certain way, and if they don't want to support it, then they definitely don't have to support it itself. But when it comes to a company standpoint, if you've been doing this for the game the entire time, and now all of a sudden you want to change it up just because people are attacking you for it, it's showing you that you don't have any backbone. Y'all had a staple for at least for the Dead or Alive series. Like when it first came out, like they were doing this a long time ago, and now they're changing things up now. Like they should have kept it the way it was going if that was the case. Like I completely understand where people, women, men, whoever was complaining about it, and they have a feeling about it, and if they have some type of way, that's fine. I respect that, and don't play the game. I mean, but that's something that's much bigger than just that particular game. Like Tick said earlier, this has been going on for a long time into gaming. I mean, women being objectified, women not being able to be into the video games, being protagonists, being the main character in the story, black and white. It's so much deeper than that they should be focused on all of that stuff, not just one particular thing. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Like, it's just, like, I had a guy attacking me about some comment I said on one of my videos a while back on some feminist stuff. And I straight up told him, I was like, look, I'm not going to have this feminist argument with you. Because I honestly, I don't like feminists.
Because it make y'all sound like females arguing about it.
That too. But I honestly just don't like feminists because, like I said, they complain about one thing. And then if you do that, they'll complain about that. And, like, the thing is, like, men don't complain. Like, shoot, if it's a problem, then okay, well, how about fighting game characters? The men should always wear shirts. They shouldn't show their muscles because that's like a sexual thing for females to look at. Oh, look, he's got muscles, pecs, and all that stuff.
I mean, like I said, it's something that can be so much deeper. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't condone objectifying men, women, different race, anything like that, but it happens in gaming, and unfortunately it's going to continue to happen no matter what, and even with here in the States, that's why the game's not coming to in the States, because people are starting not to have it. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore, and you see what's happening. So we'll see what comes from there.
I mean, they just need to chill out. Feminists, they need to listen to the feminists. Let them complain. That's what they're good at. Just let them complain. Don't even worry about it. Just
you can't say stuff like that, man.
That's what they're good at, man. That's all they do. There's a guy on YouTube that makes videos on feminists, and I watched all his videos, and he made a lot of good points on like all of them. He even went at a few females who decided to come at him and make videos towards him, response videos, and responded back and ate them up every single time, bro. Like, my only issue I had with him was he had some videos where he was talking about like the Black Lives Matter movement. He didn't agree with that, so he came at people that do that stuff too. And obviously, since I'm on that side, I agree. But that's just like how the feminist females are too. So I can understand that. But like the feminist thing, like it's just crazy. Like, what can you do to make the game better? Like put clothing on all the females and have them completely clothed. And like I said, then they'll complain about them not showing their beauty.
I mean, I think that's.
You can't win. You can't win.
You can't win regardless. But I mean, there's definitely. I think
you
we
can't
should,
make everybody happy. Yo,
You
so
can't, but I definitely don't.
that's
I definitely understand where they feel like they're, women are being objectified and by race and everything like that. I definitely do agree with that. So I mean, hopefully we can be able to find.
Let's not act like
Man.
let's not act like Dead or
Fuck
Alive don't
that,
overdo it, yo.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dead or Alive
Merc, are you
definitely
with me or
overdoes
not on this one, Merc? Because
They-
it's like
No,
y'all
they
back
don't.
and forth about it, but
Them feminists, they are complaining about some bullshit.
See, Merc, you on my team. Thank you,
I'm
Merc.
going to tell you, man. Them hoes is not going out there buying no damn game.
They're not.
Chill.
So
He
they
right.
just on here, motherfucker, complaining about some bullshit.
None of them game, like the female gamers that were talked to about this, they all said we don't care about that. It's okay. We don't care. Like it's just the feminists don't play games. They're looking for a reason to use this to fight for their cause. That's all they're
you're gonna
doing.
have that generation. You're gonna have that demographic of people that's just gonna complain about shit.
It's like the people who say video game violence is causing people to go out and kill people and stuff like that all the time. It causes violence in people. None of them ever played video games. Like the people who came at Mortal Kombat when it came out, like none of them played video games. These were parents or just old people who wanted something to cry about, and they were like, you know what, we got to
That's
escape.
true. It's just
Yeah,
like
if
when
they
they talk
really-
about
if they
Grand
really
Theft Auto. Same
Yeah,
thing.
if they really played video games, they would have went out there and supported Tomb Raider, because that shit only sold what, 300,000,
Right.
and she's fully clothed and she just running around killing men. I mean,
a lot of people love Lara Croft. Like they love Tomb Raider. Like they call
man, they didn't support.
like that.
They didn't support that game worth of shit.
Right.
I mean, that's
Tomb Raider
everybody
only
though.
sold 300,000.
Yeah,
That's not just on women
Yeah.
or in general. That's on the Xbox community.
Hey,
So
that's,
more than
that's
NBA Live,
still,
though.
hey, that's still 292,000 more than NBA Live. So
Right. So more than
True,
NBA Live, though.
my God.
Hey, NBA Live, man, they I already knew they was fighting a losing battle because no
Right,
matter what
okay.
they do, like I said in the tweet, I said they could take the whole 2K game and put NBA Live as the name, and people are playing this. Everything is 2K, and people will still not buy it or want to play it and say it's trash and bug.
Let's not open this old wound on here.
It's
talking
true
about
though.
that.
It's true.
Let's
Fanboys will not let that
go-
game
let's
live.
not go-
Merc has spoken. All I gotta say about that, man, Dead or Alive, they do overkill with that shit. Though.
Yeah, they definitely
Bro,
do.
They-
have you
it-
ever
it
played
is
Outlaw
overkill.
Volleyball, bro? Compared to Extreme
I've
Volleyball,
seen that on
Outlaw
original
Volleyball
Xbox.
was way more racy. Like
I think I
females were
played.
wearing
I think it
straight
was
up
Outlaw
thongs.
Golf that I seen.
Now I played both, but Outlaw Volleyball, like the females all wore straight up thongs, bro.
Yeah,
like straight
but-
up thongs that butt cheeks were bouncing and
Dead
everything.
or Alive is overkill.
Yeah,
So I mean that is a cause for concern at times, but I mean
is.
as far as
It is.
like the whole feminist movement and all that shit, I ain't feeling that, and I don't think we need to waste no more of our time talking about
Scary.
that bullshit.
Stop being scary.
All right, we'll get
Don't be
into one quick thing. Xbox One finally about to get their hands on Rocket League, I believe in February, right?
Yeah, fanboys are loving it. They were hating when PlayStation and PC originally got it, and they had the crossplay, and they were like, "Man, we can't get it on Xbox." Now they finally getting it. So y'all happy?
Y'all were better off without the game anyway. I don't know why y'all crying.
This
Right,
coming
I-
from somebody who never played the game,
Right.
so please
Yeah,
don't.
I was about to buy the game, but I
It
could
was
still
free.
play it, and it'd probably
It
be
was
cool for
Well,
free.
not on PC.
Not on PC.
It was free on PS4.
I
And
could
I
probably,
ain't even play
I
that
could
shit no
probably
more
play
on
the game,
Amazon
and I'd
TV.
probably
My shit is locked
enjoy
out.
3 games. It'd probably be just like Battlefront for me, just like Battlefront. It was fun for like the first 4 games, and after that, it got boring. And I'm
I
pretty sure
can,
it'll be the
I
same
can
as
play,
that
I can play Rocket League right now, and I would enjoy it right now.
I can
played
play,
that
I
game
can play
for
Rocket League
hours.
more than Battle.
Now, the one thing I'm thinking about is I'm wondering, because like I said before, Rocket League has cross platforming play, so you can play within between the PC
They're not
and
gonna
the
allow it
PC
on
port.
Microsoft, bro. They're not.
I'm wondering they're gonna do it on the Xbox One
They're
too,
not.
because they're not.
They've never
got
wanted
to.
to do cross. No, they never wanted to do crossplay.
Yeah,
That's why
but
certain
this
games
game,
never release.
that was one thing about Rocket League that they were pushing so much was crossplay itself. Like I was able, like me and Flock have been able to go into a game when we play with people on PC, or if we want to play on PC and play with people on PlayStation 4, and it worked flawless. Like I had no problem with it. So,
Microsoft just never wants to do cross-platform
well, I
gameplay.
think they
don't know
should.
why.
If they don't, they're gonna get some. They're definitely gonna get some flack for it if they don't
Some
do that.
Xbox dudes don't care about crossplay.
Yeah, they don't care.
They just want to play that shit. They just want to see what all the hype is about.
Yeah, they was
And
hating it
half
at
of
first.
them gonna love it, the other half gonna trash it and say, "Oh man,
Yeah,
well, this is all the hype was
It's
Don't let
about."
me play it. I was thinking about buying it just to try, and if I don't like it, oh man.
So yeah, that's enough of Rocket League. That game's been out for a while, and Xbox One finally getting their hands on it. Good for them. That's cool. It's a fun game.
Yeah, about a year too late, but you know
You'll hear more about that game later. Now let's get into our last topic, y'all, before we wrap this up. PlayStation 4. They recently announced that they would be doing backwards compatibility. Now, the last podcast we did, we talked about the Xbox One having theirs and the list of like 100 games that they had just starting out the gate. Now, these PS2 games are the ones they're doing backwards compatibility on. I've seen 8 of them, the ones that they start off with. And 3 of these 8 games are like Grand Theft Auto games. What is it? Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, and Vice City, right? I don't even remember the other games. And when I seen them, the prices, these games were within like the $10 to $15 range.
Right.
I wasn't feeling that. So, Merc, if you took a look at that, what was your thought about that shit and having backwards compatibility? Now, it's cool to have, but the way they're doing it, they're not doing it the way that Xbox is doing it, like you could do it with your disc. They want you to buy these games off of PSN, out the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, they're well, for one thing, for PS2 games, I don't give a shit about. That shit's like 2 gens away. I wanted PS3 games. I would rather for that shit to be for that to be at a regular price. But I heard that they actually put out a subscription for PlayStation Now. And it's like, what is it? $99 for a year. But I'm not
That shit.
No, absolutely not.
They need to bring that shit to like what is it? At
Free.
least if they
$10.
if they do it like $5 to $10 a month, you know, I'll probably do that. But I mean, for certain games, so like you can,
PlayStation Network and half the damn time is down.
Exactly.
Damn, yo.
yeah,
They
like
got
it's certain
PlayStation
games that I
Now,
do
got
want to play,
everything for, man.
but I'm not putting down $100 to play like a few games.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
Shit.
Like, there's definitely some classics for the PlayStation 2, but I mean, first of all, in my opinion, backwards compatibility should have been on the system at day one for PlayStation 4 and for the Xbox One. They shouldn't have been releasing it later on into almost 2 years into the generation. The last gen just came out. They should have had it at day one, and it's too late now, really. I mean, yeah, there's some classic games that people want to play and everything like that, but most people, allegedly, they play that shit on emulators now, because it's just, what's the point anymore? Like, if they want to plop it in, they'll plop it in and play it. If not, so be it. What is it really doing? And a lot of people, and with them having so many remasters coming out and definitive versions, like, there's no point in that, because most of the games that people want to play, they're not going to allow it to be backwards compatible anyway, because they're going to want you to buy it for the newest newest system now. There's no point.
Yep.
Yeah. Ted?
Xbox is doing it right.
Yeah, Xbox is definitely doing it right, man. Because the way they do it, it's spot on. Like I said, we joked about it earlier, but I tried it on the Xbox One and it was cool. I did.
Yep.
Man. That's gonna be the next one I'm doing, man. I
You was doing the Birdman hand rub.
I did it for Castle Crashers.
Y'all
I did it for Castle Crashers and it worked spot on. I'm gonna try it with Viva Pinata because I had the actual disc, and that's the way it should be, where you could do it use your disc.
Yes, exactly.
And PlayStation are doing it where you have to buy it out that store. So basically, if you got a PS2 disc, the only time you can play it is on your PS2. I think they should have done it they need to change the coding where they can do it and it's, put your disc in there and install it like you do all the regular games. They got the technology to do it. They just lazy as hell and greedy. They don't want to do it like that. So,
yeah.
I for one.
Am I gonna get to talk this out?
Let me finish, man.
Okay.
I for one want to play Def Jam, Vendetta, and Fight for New York on my newer system.
Hey
I
man,
can upload that shit.
they can. Yeah, they should
I
bring
want
back.
that. I want NBA. I want to play NBA Street Volume 2 on there. You know what I mean? I want to
Exactly.
play.
Red Dead.
I want to play them games that I like.
Red Dead.
You want to play Red Dead Redemption.
You
You
want
know.
to play PS3 games?
So I mean, you want to play.
It is what it is. People like.
Yeah,
those
I'm saying you want to play them type of games when they do it, but I mean they skip right past PS3 and went to PS2, which is cool because PS2
has some great games.
the best system of all
Best
time.
system of all time.
Best system of all time, without a doubt. So I just want to play those games on there if it's available. But the way they doing it's just greedy as fuck. And Xbox, they leading the league right now. Y'all the MVPs for doing this shit right.
Yeah, so when I first heard about it, I thought they were literally gonna do what Xbox did. I was hoping that PlayStation wouldn't be on some dirtbag shit. Now, I've already mentioned that PlayStation was on some dirtbag shit. Like, let me stop cussing. I don't want to cuss on the podcast. Some dirtbag stuff back in E3 2012 when we first heard the announcement for the consoles, and the Xbox was talking about doing all this stuff where you had to stay online and all that stuff, and DRM and stuff like that.
And Sony did it too.
And Sony was going to do it too. People attacked me when I made that video. Everybody thumbs me down, said I was stupid. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, they literally were. They heard what Xbox was going through, and they decided to change that real quick. That's why the first thing you had to do when you got the PS4 was that big update to clear that. Yeah. So I kind of I thought Sony would change their ways since they've saw what happened to Xbox, but no. Since Xbox has been losing, and they hired Phil Spencer, an actual gamer who actually cares about gaming in its community, Xbox has been making better moves. So they were like, okay, well, people have been complaining about not being able to do backwards compatibility. Let's try to make it so they can do that and actually use their disc. Sony, on the other hand, since Sony is winning and has been making a lot of money, and nothing that Sony can do wrong, there's nothing Sony can ever do wrong. Whatever they touch is going to be gold. They were like, oh, forget that. We'll make you pay for PS Now. Oh, well, you still complaining? Okay, you want to play your PS2 games, you got to pay for them. No matter if you got your disc or not. You're going to have to pay some money for it.
And that's grimy.
That is. And like, how can you do that after your competition literally just made it so if you have your disc, you can just play
easy.
the game?
They made it so easy, man.
What PR move was that? Like, who was thinking that would actually be a good thing? Like I don't know. Their head is so big that they don't hear anything or see anything else. They just feel like, whatever they're doing, people are gonna accept it, and that's true. A lot of gamers, I've seen people actually damage control it for this. That are PlayStation fanboys. Like they know that people are going to take up for it and white knight them for that. Like it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Who
doesn't want to play PS2 games?
Right. Now me, I know I can emulate it. I know about emulators too. I still have my PS2, so it really doesn't affect me. I don't trade my consoles in or anything. I collect them. So if I have a console, like I still have my Xbox 360, I still have my PS2, and every console I've had except for my Nintendo. That was because my father had it and he passed away, and his bitch ass wife probably sold it. But I normally keep it. So like I don't really have that problem. So if I want to go play a PS2 game, it's sitting right there next to my TV. I just plug that bad boy in and I'm playing whatever game I want to play. So I really don't have an issue. But I'm just speaking for like the other people who may have given theirs away, or they may not want to unpack their PlayStation 2 and they still have the games and they just want to, not have to pay for their game.
So easy, man, for them to do that shit. And they just not pull the trigger on that.
And like people, I remember somebody was like damage controlling for them with the PS3 thing. They're like, well, the PS3 used a cell processor, so that's why they can't do.
Bullshit.
Computers and stuff can run these PS3 games. There's actually emulators for the PS3. The frames are a little screwed up right now, but they're getting better and better each time they patch it and fix it. So that joint don't have a cell processor in it. So why is that able to actually run those games? So yeah, that logic is false. People just need to stop damage controlling for Sony just because that's their favorite brand. Like Sony is, they're actually the devil right now. They're Microsoft 2012 during E3 right now. I would take my PlayStation back and get an Xbox, but I just can't deal with shittier graphics, and I just don't like Microsoft after what they did to me. So fuck them. Even though they have Phil Spencer, he might be cooler, but no, I don't want to trust him right now. I'm still upset.
Xbox is doing everything right now.
Yeah, they really are. They doing their
PlayStation,
thing.
They're the Xbox 360 of today.
Right.
They got a lot of games coming out in 2016, so I guess greatness will continue to wait. We'll see.
I'm tired of waiting.
I don't blame you.
We'll get into all that stuff on the next one. About
It is what it is.
You know what's coming out later. So we got some good shit coming off. It's coming to y'all for this next one we do, the next podcast. So we're gonna wrap this up. So Ace, you the guest. It's on you, bruh.
All right. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you guys. It was fun talking about games and everything like that. You know, everybody having different opinions. I like that. I like conversating with people that don't necessarily have the same opinion about different games. So conversing. Thank you. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You know, appreciate you. Even though niggas in here thinking that, you know, NBA Live looks better than 2K15, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Go ahead.
What?
Don't worry about it. That was the shot I took.
I said this?
Yeah, you did say that.
When did I say that?
You know what? I remember you saying that. Now that I think about it, you did say
When
that.
did I say this?
You
It's
said
all
that.
good. You definitely
player models? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that
said
face
that.
still look better. I'm still saying it. I ain't taking it back.
It was a lie.
Oh, it's true.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now it's time for the console peasant himself, Game Fanatic. What's your closing statement, bro?
Pipe it up. Pipe it up. Pipe it up. I got a PS4 to pipe it up.
Tick want to play Parappa the Rapper 2 on that damn PlayStation. Well,
I bought PSN and I pipe it up. That's all I got, bro.
kick, punch, kick, chop, chop, kick. All right. The Southern Tongue. What you gonna take
What's
us
up,
home?
guys? I really enjoyed being on this podcast today, and if you're on a PlayStation 4, you fucking suck. I swear to God, you fucking Sony ponies.
You a Sony pony.
It's a pony.
Xbox is the best bot. No, wait. No, that's how I go.
Xbox is the
Xbox
best
is the best box.
All right.
They obviously never had vagina. That's the best box.
All right. Your boy Flock here, man. In closing, all I want to say, man, we've been getting some tripped out hate going on in the comment section of these podcasts, saying that we sneak dissing and throwing shots at people, throwing shade at people. I'm hereby opening an open invitation to anybody on any other podcast that you think we throwing shade at. And if you watch our shit and you think we throwing shots at you, feel free to come on here and debate anything with us, talk games with us, talk whatever with us. We on some real shit over here. Ain't no fuckboyism going on. Ain't no clowns over here.
Especially, I'm sorry I had to cut you off, but especially when that said person we talked about literally says they are part of that community that we said they were in.
Yeah,
They literally say that themselves.
Ain't no shade going on over here, man. We ain't got no problem with nobody. We doing our own thing. We ain't trying to be like nobody. We ain't trying to throw no shade at nobody. So, you know how it go. We ain't hard to find. The links will be in the description, so you can get at us.
They pipe it up.
And on that note, Tick gotta go play Parappa the Rapper. We out, y'all.
What the fuck? Pipe it up!
There we go.
Got all these girls in the back now. I'm a nigga throwing up stack now.
You gon' run it like you owe me some. Now make me